Bleach TYBW Cour episode 36 is here, and this week's episode was honestly one of the best episodes of Bleach that I've ever seen. We got to see Nemu finally prove to her father Mayuri her true potential and what she can be capable of, as well as the return of the 8th espada, the scientist Szayelaporro, and the start of Bazz B and his fight against Jugram Haschwalth. So let's dive in episode 36 of Bleach TYBW Cour Part 3, Baby Hold Your Hand Part 2. Following the end of his first battle with Pineda, Mayuri is in high spirits as he watches Asuka Jizo digest the last of Pineda's arm. That is until the baby starts to violently shake and explode into meaty chunks. Mayuri narrowly misses an arrow here as Pineda escapes and starts shooting at him, with his nerves allowing one arrow to curve mid-air and loop backwards towards Mayuri until he is saved by Nemu, who grabs the arrow with her bare hands, diving into combat very quickly in order to make sure her captain is safe. Nemu then very quickly cuts off her own arm to stop Pineda's nerves from infiltrating her body and taking control over it. Despite risking her own safety and saving the life of her captain, Nemu gets chastised by Mayuri for stepping in, as he says to her that he did not order her to do so, to which Nemu responds by saying that she judged that Mayuri would need a shield for his fight. Mayuri calls Nemu by her project name, Nemuri Nanago No. 7. It states that ever since Ichigo showed up, Nemu has been through many battles. He states that Nemu has no idea the toll that it would take on him if Nemu was to die, and screams at her to stay out of it. Nemu then brings out one of Mayuri's drugs, as she notices that he didn't bring it with them, and restores both her own and Mayuri's arm. They're then interrupted by Pineda, who starts shooting arrows at them, prompting Mayuri and Nemu to spring into battle. While Mayuri flies around and covers the battlefield with a highly concentrated anesthetic, Nemu is to inject a special drug called the nerve coagulating agent into an arrow to completely nullify Pineda's nerves. The agent is successfully implanted into Pineda, who begins to turn black, but yet this is not enough, as Mayuri is able to deduce that Pineda is able to evolve through gathering data of anything it absorbs. Mayuri warns Nemu to fall back. However, she understands that her duty is to protect her captain. We then come back to when Nemu was still a child, and it's here where we understand just how important she is to Mayuri, as in the flashback, Akon talks about the other 3 dead Nemuri Nanago Project specimens, with 4, 5 and 6 also not surviving. Nanago Project Specimen 6 was able to grow up, but sadly died when she was just 2 years old, as her cell division stopped. However, with Nemuri Nanago Project Specimen 7, Mayuri was able to create a functional artificial soul, and began addressing her as Nemu, symbolizing that she is the captain's greatest scientific achievement. Akon tells Nemu that creating an artificial Shinigami isn't the dream of all Shinigami, but it is Captain Mayuri's personal dream. While Nemu grows up and lives her life, the captain is living his dream. Cutting back to present, Nemu flies towards her captain, who's shocked at this new power she has, and demands to know how she acquired it, as Nemu explains to him that it's the power Mayuri gave to her. She once again tells him that her mission is to protect her captain, with Mayuri telling her that her mission is to grow, to which Nemu responds to this by saying she can show Mayuri her growth by protecting him. After dropping Mayuri off, Nemu proceeds alone to fight Pineda, and as Nemu goes off on her own, Mayuri remarks that he never thought he'd see the day where he'd leave a battle in the hands of his lieutenant, something that is very humiliating for him. Nemu then uses her soul scissor ability and fires it towards Pineda, blasting a huge hole in his hand. I love the shot here of Nemu being flung back, falling, with the bits of Pineda all around her, and then the shot of her falling to the ground while Pineda's hand is split into 2 behind her. However, as she's falling, pieces of Pineda spear her body with his nerves as an insert song starts playing. We then get to see someone we've not seen in a very long time, that being espada number 8, Szayelaporro, who mocks Mayuri for feeling despair and watching his dream be blown to pieces in front of him. It's a very emotional moment as we watch the death of one of the OG lieutenants and someone we saw be by Mayuri's side from the very beginning, and also for Mayuri, who has to see the very thing that brought him great joy be ripped away from him. Made even better with Szayelaporro's mocking as he berates Mayuri for not following his own idea that there is no such thing as a perfect being. Yet when he saw Nemu die in front of him, he realized he had created the very thing he swore couldn't exist in a scientist's mind. As Pineda starts to eat what's left of Nemu's corpse, Mayuri reveals to him that Pineda has just eaten one of the many drugs that was hidden inside her body, which causes Pineda to grow rapidly and self-destruct. The exhausted Mayuri falls down on the ground and is rescued by Ikaku and Yumichika, who take him to the body preservation pods, and 2 of these pods open to reveal Hitsugaya and Rangyuku, who are no longer zombies. As Mayuri is placed in the pod, he says that he's finally surpassed Urahara Kisuke, something that he's been wishing to do for a very long time. To finish the episode, we get a post-credit scene with Giselle and Lotota Lampert arriving in the arena, together with the other 3 Bambis, Candice, Bambietta and Meninas, while Bazz B finally confronts Haschwalth, who is investigating the suspicious activity of Uryu Ishida. Overall, Episode 36 was a masterpiece episode. We got to see Nemu shine in her moment, which was animated to absolute perfection. And we get the start of the epic battle between Bazz B and Haschwalth. Let me know what you thought of the episode, and I'll see you next week for episode 37.